Oh, for fuck's sake. Tommy Robinson has been arrested again, reporting outside of court. There's a few conflicting accounts as to what the state of his position is now. Kalen Robertson did put out a tweet in the last hour saying that Tommy has been sentenced to 13 months in prison, and this is linked to breach of his bail conditions. Now, when the police arrested him outside of the court, they stated that he was arrested on breach of the peace. Um, so it's all the usual tactics and manipulation and abuse of power that the police use when dealing with Tommy Robinson. They basically use any justification or reasoning that they can find to arrest him, and then they'll kind of time up in legal mumbo jumbo and technicalities to issue a charge or a threat of a charge and essentially restrict his freedoms. Now, that link, the tweet that Kalen did put out, has since been removed. It seems to have disappeared. I think he has been threatened or something, because there was a tweet after that saying reporting is restricted, so they're gagging the guy. Unfortunately, the link won't open to the original tweet, but I've got part of it on the screen here because I shared it. It just says Tommy Robinson has just been given a 13-month prison sentence starting now for his live stream today. The tweet continues, but I can't access it to read the rest of it. But essentially, that was it. And reading between the lines, I think what is happening is Tommy Robinson is still under police custody. He is under arrest, and he will be jailed and sentenced for essentially breaching his bail conditions. Now, someone by the name of Anna in the Liberalist group has listed a load of reasons as to why this arrest is apparently legitimate, citing the 1925 Act of blah blah, which bars and stops people from taking pictures in court or recording audio or numerous other technical stuff that is virtually never enforced when anyone else does it. But if Tommy Robinson does it, suddenly it's a law that's to be obeyed and not to be breached, and it's worthy of arrest once you breach it. Now, again, this is just obvious nonsense because, as I said, he's been arrested on breaching the peace, and his sentencing is in line and in conjunction with the length of sentence that he was due to receive should he breach his bail conditions. So they've made up a trumped up arrest for breaching the peace, which he wasn't actually doing, but as with Tommy Robinson and the police, they make something up and just arrest him. And then he appears to have been sentenced on, some people are saying contempt of court. It's unclear because the reporting has been actually gagged, so we can't get any fully accurate information. But I'm pretty sure that he has been arrested and jailed, if true, for breaching his bail conditions, which makes a lot more sense than being in contempt of court. And just another point to add, I don't believe Tommy is dumb enough, after having been put through the ringer of the legal system and police persecution for years on end. He's not dumb enough to have been given his suspended sentence and not be briefed by his lawyer as to what he can and cannot do in terms of his conduct, and in terms of his conduct when he's reporting So reporting today, for example, outside of court, I believe he would have been briefed and sat down with by his lawyer, and they would have gone through scenarios as to what you can and cannot do if you're, say, reporting on Muslim grooming outside of a court, for example. I don't believe that he would have been uninformed enough to go show up outside of a court case and then essentially break the law. I don't believe he has broken the law on these technical charges that have been cited by some people for contempt of court, breaching court conditions. So I don't believe he has done anything wrong there. I think police have fabricated a charge and charged him and made it stick, and it was anything they needed just in order to get a breach of his bail conditions, because they're fully aware of his bail conditions and that if he breaches them, he's imprisoned for 13 months or whatever it is. So the police have just done what the police usually do, and I think it is likely that he is going to be in jail for some time now, unfortunately. And in the tweet that unfortunately I can't access from Kalen, he has referenced the fact that it's essentially a death sentence for Tommy Robinson, and hopefully it isn't, and hopefully is put in an appropriate category prison that isn't full of Muslim murderers and Muslim terrorists. But as has happened in the past, he's likely to be put in a disproportionately high category, high security prison, and he's likely to be put on the most dangerous wing for him, one full of Muslims and full of Islamists that want to, at bare minimum, seriously hurt and injure the man. What can we do? What can anyone do? All I can really advise is to just support him financially. Obviously, it's going to be a legal issue now, and he's going to be going through the courts with his lawyer. So, yes, solicitors' fees. Just donate and just share it. Try and spread the word.